Women's History Month would give Saving Souls Women's Network and Lynn's kids a much better placement and much better traction. So Gordon, I'm going to start with you, and you can tell me what's going to go on in March.
Okay. And
Meet everybody, Sophie.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave around 12:30. I have to
That's
take.
fine. I just want you to introduce it. It's fine.
All right. Well, hello everyone. Nasita, Asma, Christine, Tuffy, and John.
Yes.
I'm delighted to be
John
here.
is Will. His real name is Will.
Will. Okay, Will. I'm delighted to be with you all. A month or 2 months ago, or even longer before that, when Lynn told me she wanted to do an event in December, and when she told me what it was about her young kids and women, I thought to myself it wasn't the right time for this event to take place in December. Because from March 6th to March 17th is the most important days in the calendar in the international community for women and girls. It is the meeting of the Commission on the Status of Women. And that takes place again, like from the 6th of March to the 17th of March. It is an occasion where over 6,000 women from all over the world, all continents, in all their splendor, wearing their African traditional outfits, their Indian traditional outfit, their Burmese traditional outfits, whatever. And they're all here proud and with a focus, with a goal to accomplish something. I always thought that this was the best time to do it, but I didn't want to interrupt what Lynn was planning.
You knew more than I did.
This we can put on the UN agenda for the Commission on the Status of Women. As soon as they advertise it, which should be in December or early January, we will put it on their calendar and they will assign us a room and tell us what they need for us to be a part of it, to be listening. Now, the good thing about this is that all of the people, all of the 6,000 persons who traditionally come, they will go to the calendar and they will see what events interest them. And they will check them off from early, and they will register to attend. So I think moving this thing, selecting a date from the 6th to the 17th, one date, and don't forget March 8th, International Women's Day, which falls right in the middle of all of this. So it is the right
definitely
time period for us to do that.
Okay.
And I also, Christine is here, and I wanted to do something with Christine during that period of time to publicize her particular situation in Kenya. It will be a perfect opportunity. So that is what I have to say. And I hope—
Can you just tell me what you just said about Christine? You wanted to do something?
I had been talking with friends, and I wanted to do an event with Christine during that time period, during the Commission on the Status of Women.
Oh, okay, that's great. We'll take any support. Yeah. Okay, I know you're busy, but I just want you to meet one person, and I'm not going to bother you. You'll hear the rest of the tape later. I want you to meet my friend, unmute Will, my friend Will, who has the name John. And I just want him for 2 minutes to tell— this man does twice as much as I do, and he never takes thanks for it. So Will, in 2 sentences, because Gordon is a very busy man and very, very famous, in two sentences, tell him some of the things that you do.
And Will, do you mind adjusting your camera?
Face. We only
I
see
can
your
only
head.
see the top of above your eyebrows.
Well, pick your head up.
Oh, you can see me? Okay, now I can get back in my regular seat.
Okay,
Hold on a
just
second.
Eyebrows
Will.
above your eyebrows.
Okay, Will, tell him what.
Hello.
you do.
Hello there, Will.
Hi. All right, let me get my chair. Hold on a second.
Okay.
All right.
I don't care if you stand. We don't have a lot of time with them. Go ahead.
All right, there we go.
Much
God's
better.
Grace, God's Grace Outreach Ministries is the name of my organization. There's just me. I'm a one-man organization. And what I do is I uplift and guide people in positive ways. That comes out in many forms, from feeding the homeless to helping people in prison with, their daily needs and their spiritual needs. I also reach out internationally and do stuff on that level as well. I've financed people to go to get their training so they can get their passports and things so they can work in other countries and help support their families. I've helped kids work their way through college. Now they're working functioning engineers in Nigeria and Ghana. So those are, in the short term, that's the kind of thing I do. I feed and clothe and uplift people spiritually and mentally.
Okay, thank you.
That's fantastic. Fantastic.
He is amazing. After the tape, we're going to be talking a little bit. And I'll send you the whole tape and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, Gordon, thank you once again. I just have one question for you, Gordon. Are we going to have to sit through one of your meetings, or are you all going to all sit through one of ours?
This is your meeting.
Woo!
No.
Okay. I
No.
also want to know if I can get some kids. I'm trying to get Salamata in, and I'm trying to get, and my Peyton will be there.
Are you talking about March?
Yes,
The event in March?
If we can get some kids from the UN school to
Get anyone you want, anyone you know.
I want I want 4. I love that man. I want at least 4 children, and I want my brother Sadiq at the meeting if possible.
As long as they're on the have registered, there could be 1,000. They can come.
Okay, great. Okay, I will talk to you about it. Now go, and thank you so much.
Okay, I never met Lasita nor Asma. I don't think so.
Oh, okay, Asma,
Yeah,
say
you
hello.
met.
Actually, Gordon, we met very briefly when
Yeah.
you first came and talked to Christine, but happy to
yes.
see you again.
Okay,
Nice
Tofi,
to
unmute
see you.
Asma.
Nice.
Tofi, unmute Asma.
Okay, doing it.
Okay, I want to tell you about my daughter Asma, and I'm only going to talk about her for 5 minutes, maybe 2, because she can say hello herself. My daughter Asma, this is what she told me when I spoke to her about the project that she was doing. I said, Asma, I can't really give you funding because we don't have funding. You know what she said? I come from a rich country. She comes from Oman. I don't need your funding. I said, we fund our kids. These girls, my daughter, she's laughing. My daughter Asma, my daughter Fatam, I went to visit them. I had to be there for her wedding. This one just wanted me to be there for her wedding. I was in Oman twice. And what these girls do in their country, she is no longer a teacher. She's such a wonderful teacher. They made her a staff developer, and she helps other women. She does stuff with her own kids for my grandchildren, for soup kitchens in the street. My other daughter, Fatam, who told me I can't come because I'm very busy, but I will be writing for your next book. And they also write every month for Saving Souls Women's Network. We put out a different book. Lucita also is a part of it. And they also write a couple of pages. Tofik and I were very impressed by Asma's writing.
Very good.
Oh,
Asma.
A
sure.
wonderful mother.
Oh.
Yes, love it.
Yeah.
Yes, you
An
are.
activist. An
Nice
activist.
meeting you, Asma.
In her own quiet way. My daughter Fatam from Oman, her sister, sort of, she does amazing things. She ran the UN, not the UN, the what was it, Tofik? What was it, Asma, that school?
Fulbright.
It was from the American Embassy.
Yes, she worked for the American
Yeah.
Embassy.
Yeah.
She works with the American Embassy. She worked in the college, and she came, Mom and me, when I was there, we did a workshop on globalization in the between the United States, Mom and Me Across the Sea. That was the title for that one. This workshop is giving so others can be living. Okay, Gordon, thank you.
That
Fantastic.
is, Mom,
Okay,
that is a
everyone.
different.
We
Hi,
love
hi,
you.
everyone.
I'll speak to you soon, Gordon, okay?
Great meeting you all. Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Thanks for
Bye,
coming.
Lynn.
Bye.
Bye, Toffee.
Bye.
Good.
Thank you,
Okay, so
sir.
now I'm gonna, now we can unmute.
Yeah.
you. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you why we're here. We have a lot of people who couldn't make it for other reasons. And as I told Christine, we have no funding. But what we will do is we will show videos. So Asma, You could really fund yourself, but if you don't
Sorry.
want to come, I know you can't leave your kids. So you can make a video about some of the wonderful things that you do. And we are also, that day, we're going to be live. We're
Yeah.
going to be Zoom and Facebook Live.
Okay.
And so that'll be good. But Will will get there and he'll find his own way because God will bring him here because he's a wonderful person. And we'll be there, of course, and we'll be showing videos. I have some other people coming, and I want to tell you why I called this meeting. Now that we're going to have all this UN representation, he told me right away he didn't want it in December. I said, it's my conference, not yours. But he said, you're going to go. When he called me the other day, Vinod said he couldn't come in December, and I can't do it without Vinod. He's my mentor. So we're like a team. So Vinod is being funded by himself. He gets people in India to fund him because they want him to show the one. Vinod Bhatanka does programs, Will, that are Sagamitra, which cleans the water. He started out with 500 children. He now has like 50,000 kids that are cleaning the water and doing, you will love this man. He's at a meeting for Sagamitra today. He does a project called Sangroon for Saving Souls Women's Network. And what that is, he makes women have a feeling of self-image. In India, the women are very oppressed by their husbands. So he gives them the opportunity to work. What they do is they collect all the recycling from their house. They don't go into the street and take people's dirty things. They collect and they teach their children from Sagamitra to not take anything from outside of the house. Sagamitra is taking only your own stuff. They bring it, listen to how that we don't have this. And I try to do this with the last mayor, it didn't work. They brought it to anywhere that they wanted to bring it to. They have a recycling plant that gives them a certain amount of money for everything that they bring. It's wonderful. Lucita can be unmuted now because it's not that formal now. So so what they do is they bring it there and the government pays them. And now that they have so much, I'll send you some information on Sagamitra, you won't believe it. And he will be showing all kinds of, slides and everything else. There he is, the man of the hour. Okay, Tuffy, we don't need to show his slides now because we have a lot to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to tell you what this, thank you for showing him. I'm going to tell you what, how the meeting is going to go. The meeting is going to go where, of course, Vinod, Gordon, and I will run the meeting, and we'll be introducing people. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, Mr. John Will, that you will be speaking because you need to speak. It's also a wonderful way to show our projects and show because you're doing a project that's giving so others can be living. It's a wonderful way to bring business cards, any books that you ever wrote. Anything that because we're going to be selling books, but we will have them pre-autographed because I have kids that will sell the books for us, and we have more important things to do than to sell books. They will keep track of everybody's book, and now he said I can get as many kids as I need from the UN. I'm shocked at that one, but that's great. And I'll add my own kids that I have from Lynn's kids, so I have no problem. We'll have the kids. I'm going to get together with them and form some sort of a Lynn's Kids dance. Look at these UN meetings are very boring, but I am going to shake up the house. So you have nothing but the music, and I'm a little crazy anyway. You know that. We're going to have my so when Will be speaking, we're going to have somebody that I helped in Saving Souls Women's Network. Saving Souls Women's Network has counselors. I was a crisis counselor. My friend Shirley was a counselor and a teacher. I have some friends that are social workers. And through, I want you to hear this, Lucita. So I did help somebody's daughter. And unfortunately, because I counseled her, I had a problem with her mother, but it wasn't the mother's fault. And it wasn't, as a counselor, I really can't deal with her family. I had to concentrate on the girl. The girl was living in a car for 6 months. My problems with her mother were solved afterwards. I told her, you are my good friend. I don't want you to ask me questions about her. If she's ready to talk to you, you will have to accept this. We stopped talking for a while because she couldn't accept it. But her daughter lived in the, and I love, you know, I love her, Lucita. But she had a real problem because she wanted to take control. She can't take control and ask me to counsel and talk to her about what's going on. That's not what happened. So finally, I needed to take time away from her. And I said, you asked me to help your daughter. I've been trying to do this for 10 years. You want me to do this? Or do you want me to quit and only help you? So she said, I want you to help her. But we had a fight and we didn't, because she didn't stop. I said, I'm taking space from you and that's it. So I stayed away from her for 2 weeks and her daughter said, please, my mother is very sad and I blame myself for all of this. And so I finally said, God asks us to forgive, but we don't forget. And I gave her a list of conditions so we could be friends again, nicely. And she was only too happy to accept them. And now we don't talk every day because I don't want her to get into that. But we talk about other things and we're staying away from the subject. And her daughter will be at the UN. She won't, but her daughter will be at the UN. Because this girl was living in a car for 6 months. Nobody helped this girl. And, but I did counsel her. Even when she was living in a car, she had to talk to me every day and check. And we finally got her mother and I got her into a rehab. And I'm not going to give the story because when you come to the UN, you'll hear the story. But she lost her baby because she had done bad things on her way to a wedding. She took drugs. At the time, she was very heavy in drugs. And her mother stepped in and she took the baby. So her mother saved her life. And I tell her that all the time. And I also tell her that she has to bring the baby to see her mother. That's part of the conditions of my counsel. Because the baby lived with her mother for so many years. Last night, I had a conference call with them just to check in. My usual weekly, I had 2 conference calls. One with the boyfriend and one with her. And Gabby came to tell me she loves me, the baby, on the meeting. And thank you for helping. And that just really got to me. So she will be one of my main speakers. She's going to talk about her saving soul saved her life.